All right, thanks. Thanks, media. We're going to start with Jasmine Walker today. Please use the raise hand function to ask a question. We'll start with Gabby Ducharme with lasparks.com.
Hi there, Jasmine. So good to see you this morning. Hoping you guys all traveled safely to Vegas and everything. Happy to have you on, of course. I just want to start off by asking, how have you adjusted to life on the West Coast, life with the Los Angeles Sparks after, growing up down south, Alabama? There's quite a cultural difference between the two. So, number one, how have you adjusted to life in LA? How have you adjusted to the Sparks? And then number two, is there something about you off the basketball court that people may not know about you?
Yes. It was a good adjustment. I had no problem adjusting to it. It's definitely something very different from what I'm used to. For it's like the environment. I think my first day here, just by seeing palm trees and stuff around, you don't see that in Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama at that. So I feel like it was a good adjustment for me. Definitely took me out of my comfort zone. It helped. It has helped me to like find my person, find my inner self. Because I'm here, on my own, growing up on my own and stuff. So that's the only biggest change I think I've noticed from myself. Other than that, yeah, it's been a good change for me.
Go over to John W. Davis with Winsider.
Hey, good morning, Jasmine. How you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning. All right. Do you think Big 40 can be one of the best shooters in this league?
Most definitely. That's one of my strengths. Always been, that's always been me. That's one part of my game that defines me. I'm a shooter. That's gonna be the thing, and I work so hard at it. That's what I want to be. I want to be one of the best players in the league. I want to be one of the best shooters in the league.
Sabrina Merchant with SB Nation.
Hey, Jasmine. Just curious, what were the biggest lessons that you took away from that first game last week against Dallas?
Being able to actually slow down and really emphasize on the points that coach make, and just keep working hard and keep doing me. That's all I can be, is be the best version of me. Follow, my vets such as Nick, Neka and them, Shanae, the rest of my vets and stuff. Just stick to being a sponge and keep learning.
Thanks, Sabrina. We'll go over to Carolyn Peck.
Hey, Jasmine, congratulations. Welcome to the league. In the first scrimmage that you guys had with the Aces, you had a phenomenal game. How did that feel? And going from that to where you are now that the season has started, how have you grown?
I feel like I've grown a lot. They always instill in me that, of course, like I'm a threat just like everybody else. And they just always encouraging, uplifting, good vibes, good energy. It's just a good environment for me. So being that they work, is always people around me working hard, of course I'm going to relay the energy back to them.
Carolyn, unless you have one more, I think that's it.
If I could ask Jasmine, with playing next to, you mentioned Neka and Shanae, the energy that they bring, the professionalism. I know that's one of the things that Kelly Curry was working with you at Alabama. What have you learned from them?
Just in a small little time, I've already learned a lot. I feel like being that me, Nick, Shanae, we all play the same position, but they've been here a long time, so they really like helped me out with a lot of stuff. They never have to worry about me for like energy and effort wise, because I'm gonna always bring that. They just always put out information that I might have not known about, or like how they want things done here. So that's a good thing. That's a great thing to have them, I think, as vets. They've been great to me as a rookie, so I appreciate them.
And we just have one more for LASparks.com.
Hey, Jasmine, just one last follow-up question from myself, Gabrielle Ducharme. Wanted to ask about life off the basketball court. Do you have like a hobby or something that you enjoy doing outside of, the pressures of being a professional athlete, being a WNBA rookie? Do you have anything that you like to do off the court to kind of express your personality or anything like that?
Yes, being from, down south, from Alabama and stuff, we don't really have beaches that are 10 minutes, 15 minutes away. So I've really been like having my fun with that. You know, just really, enjoying life. Really.
Thank you. All right, thanks, Jasmine. Sinead Gumake will be next. All right, we'll start with John W. Davis.
Good morning. How you doing?
Hey, John.
Good, good. Hey, so as a student of the game and as an analyst, I know that you've seen the importance of being able to pull your defender out of the paint, but as you are emerging as a three-point shooter, what does that feel like on the court in real time?
It just feels like being able to, help my team out, being able to stretch the floor. But I think, as exciting as it is to work on my game and to do that in game, I think I can't lose my aggression, right? And so for me, it's just figuring out the delicate balance since, now we're all threats shooting the ball. It's, knowing my points of shooting and also making sure I'm aggressive and, getting to the free throw line more. So it's a great development. At the same time, I can't forget who I am. And so I think that for me is going to be my point of focus, taking the right shot and making sure I stay aggressive in all other points. Thanks, John.
Sabrina Merchant with SB Nation.
Hey, Janae.
What's up, Sabrina?
Good, I'm good. It seems like your games against Vegas, in 2019 and even last year in the bubble, although I know you weren't there, had a little bit of a extra sauce to them. I'm curious if you felt that on the court too, or if there's like any potential for, Vegas and LA to turn into something a little bit more.
I love the extra sauce. I hope so, because I think we bring out the best in each other. And considering our proximity and just the energy that both franchises have, and even like the allure, I think that there is something between us competitively. And so, yeah, like, of course, we love every, series to be a rivalry, but this one is starting to evolve differently just because I think there are high expectations by both groups, and we both operate with chips on our shoulders. And so like every time we match up, we always know that it's going to be a dogfight, and I think that brings out the best in us.
Chris Camello.
Hey, Shanae, how are you today?
I'm great. Hey.
Hey, so just speaking on that point, how are you and NECA preparing to match up with obviously a very physical front court? Liz Cambage, Asia Wilson. They're obviously a loaded roster. But how are you and NECA preparing to take on and try to make life difficult for that front court for Vegas?
As we always do, as a team, as a unit, and I think for us, as much as, this league is super talented and deep at every position, we know we bring our own version of strengths. And so as much as we commit ourselves, one thing Nick and I always have our back defensively, and we're going to talk about it. And so we know that we're going to bring our energy on that end. And then we also have to, know who we are as a unit and as a tandem. I mean, we've played the game together at all stages of life. And so I think we focus on holding our own and doing our jobs defensively as a unit, but also knowing what we bring to the table collectively and how to look for each other as well. Our mindset is on both ends to be the best versions of ourselves. And I think we hold ourselves as sisters to that standard.
Carolyn Peck.
Carolyn.
I got two questions for you. One, coming back on the court, seeing you, and when you'd hit that shot, that smile on your face. So how does it feel to be back after being away for a year? And then It's been a week since you all played. WNBA usually plays every other day. You've had a week to prepare for this game. So what is it that you guys have worked on?
Carolyn, this is the best surprise. Hello, I miss you. And I haven't talked to you in a minute, but like everything we've seen from the women's tournament to now, like you are that trailblazer. So I want to make sure we give you your flowers. And so yeah, I'm fangirling for a second, but yes.
I love you. Thank you.
Of course. Back on the court, man, it's been a long journey for me. I think a lot of people, I haven't really made like my injuries my narrative besides my absences. And so it's been a long journey for me, and just being back and competing at a high level and working on my game, knowing that there's going to be growing pains to it, is the hardest thing for me to surrender myself to. But knowing that I'm having a little bit different of a confidence in myself after knowing the work I put in, because I've been in Los Angeles for a year and a half now, 2 years. And so now I have a routine. And so using those routines to give me confidence to do what I need to do on the court has really helped me. And then, yeah, that first shot goes in, and, you know, it being an outside jumper, it's just like, yeah, like I just was hyped because this is where I can be myself and release all of the things that I can release from a day to day. So basketball is my safe haven, and it's been a journey, a very different journey for me, but a rewarding journey. So I don't take any opportunity to play for granted. And I'm trying to think, what was the other part?
You've had a week now between
a week.
games. Yeah. So what have you guys worked on?
Carolyn, a week is like an eternity because after having that first game where I think everyone saw we are a very, very, very new team, but we have a lot of energy, we have the hunger, the drive, and the intensity. And so just making sure we protect that, but also show what we have worked on, and that, you know, we are excited and we have our own versions of strengths and play to those and get to know one another. And so that week felt like an eternity, but I do think it gave us the right time to be like, have those conversations. Like, when I catch the ball, what do you want? Like, as this, you know, coming off of a screen, or when I'm posting up, like, where do I want the ball? We had all of those conversations. And so we know that we're going to be better for it from that week. But man, we are glad it's game day. My goodness.
I'll go to Anne-Marie Anderson.
Oh, back to back. Hey, Anne-Marie.
Hey there. It's funny. I'm sitting right across from Carolyn. So nice to see you. So a couple of things too for me. One, sitting out last year watching the games, what did you learn with your critical eye, you know, as an analyst, that you got the benefit of watching the games?
Yeah, I would say that everyone is forced to grow in this league. This league is extremely competitive. And so one, you know, individually, it's like work on my game. And then also, you know, at this level, we all have to be able to read the defense and make the right play, because we will all be empowered, especially on this team under Derek Fisher's philosophy. Spread the floor and just make the reads and be aggressive and be confident in your shot. And so, you know, being away from the team for a year, I was able to see how that dynamic flow, like great teams have great pace and move the ball and have multiple shooters and are aggressive and just are relentless. And so those are the qualities that I think anybody who steps on the floor, if you have that mindset, will be successful. And so just applying that mentality to myself, and also upping my knowledge of knowing, like, if they're in this action, you know, now knowing what my options are and what is best for my team along with our personnel. So it was a very big learning opportunity, but more importantly, a working opportunity for me to get better, you know, individually, and then also, you know, watching the games and seeing, like, whether it's the NBA or the women's college game or the WNBA, able to see, like, oh, these are universal principles that apply and that can help anybody.
And then we want you to have your flowers too for 144, which has just been so special. Why was it important to you to create and executive produce, but really to show everybody what was happening there?
Thank you so much. I've honestly been floored by the reaction, because, you know, we spent 10 months on it, and I'm not even lying, it was about at least 2 hours of my day each day, apart from my normal duties as an analyst and as a hooper working out. This was a labor of love, and I think that it was a privilege to be able to shepherd the story of the WNBA players. But it also felt like pressure, because we're not necessarily, like, this felt like the first time we were afforded that platform as a league, and we wanted to make sure it delivered, and to get the feedback that a lot of people, they were emotional watching it. was a beautiful thing, because I think what the number one thing that I like has resonated with me from people's feedback is the humanization of athletes. And I think we're living in a time where humanizing one another matters a lot. And I think that's what separates our league. We have a league full of amazing, I was gonna say badass women out there hooping, but more importantly, we have just tremendous human beings that are advocates for so much. And to see that being received by everyone that watched, that to me just made me smile. And yeah, so thank you for everyone that's watched and supported. It was a journey being executive producer, but let's just say I'm glad it's aired so I can focus on hoop.
And last one for lasparks.com, Gabby Ducharme.
Hi, Shanae. Thank you so much for being on today. I just want to ask, what are your thoughts on your rookie teammate, Jasmine Walker, as your teammate, and what do you think her potential is on the basketball court?
I don't know Jasmine Walker. I know Big 40. Okay, I know Big 40. Nah, the sky's the limit for Jazz, honestly, and all of our rookies. You know, Arella as well, because man, she's got a shot, like a real shot, like literal, like she's got a really nice, beautiful shot. Also, what I love about Jazz is that she has a mindset to be a worker and to absorb information. And so she's everything that she'd want in a rookie. And so is Arella. Like Arella has that energy of like, I'm so happy to be here. I'm so ready to work and I'm ready to bring myself. You know, she's got that unique confidence as a rookie where she feels like she can hit a move on anyone. So both of them have been great additions. But in particular, Jazz, I think, man, people will find out how her ceiling is so high, and it's gonna happen soon. You see it in practice. She works hard, and I think she's got some real pure talent. So does Arella, but I know you asked specifically about Jazz, and so I can't wait for people to see that at the highest level.
Thank you.
Thanks, you guys. See y'all soon.